let's talk about your next move, which is falling in love with presenting.
Let's.
Your favourite subject, and I want to hear about it.
What do you want to know about it?
So with falling in love presenting, it seems to me that, you know, a lot of us come out of these courses and we're like, rah, rah, yeah, I want to go and heal the world, I want to go and heal the world.
Yes.
And we get out there and heal the world, and we get out there and we go, ah!
Yes.
Firstly, that would suggest that there's more work to be done in the matrix. But number two is, you know, falling in love with presenting, what is it that it offers to people who are stuck like that, or even people who can already present and do an adequate job at that? How do you take them above where they're at?
So, you know, the comment you made about people still freezing up or being really nervous or anxious or doing anything to what we call procrastinate building their business, they don't want to go out and promote it. There might be less work than you think. You know, this does not have to take another 50 matrix sessions or 10 years of therapy. There's only two reasons why people get anxious and nervous about public speaking. The first one is they have an unresolved fear or phobia. And I've run this course a few times now, and 9 times out of 10 is not what people think it is. And the other reason is they don't know how to do it. So that's why I created Fall in Love with presenting the way that I have, because I used to be one of those people who used to go bright red in my neck, have the stomach runs, want to throw up before and after.
Thank you for sharing.
You're very welcome. Suck at it, freeze up in the moment, feel awkward, feel on the spot, you know, beg, pray for something to swallow me up, which never happened, and then afterwards beat myself up for weeks or months because of how bad I really was. So because I really relate to that, and also I know because I work a lot with fears and phobias, that to try and push someone over it, you know, this ridiculous thing we say to people, just get over yourself.
Suck it up.
Just breathe slowly, imagine people naked. You know, it's all kind of interesting hogwash. So I've created the course in a, first key for me was in a non-threatening way. So it is very much in a loving, kind, compassionate, supportive environment, teach you exactly step by step how to present yourself, where to stand, how to stand, what to say, how to engage your audience, how to actually even prepare a talk or a presentation or a workshop in a way that doesn't mean, like I used to do, write out everything again and again and again, rehearse it, you know, word for word until 4 o'clock in the morning, and then 4:30 decide it's all crap and rewrite the whole thing. Exactly. So to actually
I never prepare for a talk.
Well, good for you.
I just get up and talk.
No, exactly. So if we can put some structure to it, and in a way that, so that the presentation eventually, like someone said in the first Fall in Love with presenting in Cape Town, Rose said, she finally gets it. It's moving away from doing speeches to presenting. And let's face it, most people still think that presenting means a monologue where you stand up and talk at or to people. And then no wonder that half the people are on their Blackberries, or we don't get Blackberries anymore, on their smartphones and their emails, and the eyes roll over and they talk to the neighbor and they want to leave as quickly as they can, and the half-hour talk seems like a day.
Yeah.
When you start getting how to do that differently, to engage the audience and do it spontaneous, you know, the tagline on my fabulous spanking new website, Spanking new website.
Okay, that'll be another course.
Oh, yes. My brand new website is Fall in Love with Presenting, Communicate from the Heart.
From the heart.
And when we connect, like right now, we're just having a talk from the heart. None of it's scripted. I didn't even know it was going to happen until we just got back home from dinner.
Yeah, so I just grabbed the camera and said, come on, we're going to do this.
And even that in itself, a few years ago, I would have, no, not now, let me prepare, and what do you want to ask me?
Yeah.
And now we're just having a conversation, which is infinitely more interesting than whatever thing I could have prepared or rehearsed for this particular thing.
And you know, you find when you communicate from the heart, like I've got a lot of work to do around that presenting area, but when I communicate my truth, what's in my heart, and I don't worry about how it's landing with people, I feel this energy that comes back at me.
Yeah.
And when you get that energy back at you, it's just like, it's like gold. I'm kind of addicted to it. So yeah, I definitely would do Fall in Love with Presenting so that, you know, I can tweak a bit, but I would want to just get out there and just be me.
Exactly, and it doesn't matter, you know, again, whether you stand up at a networking event and you speak to 10 or 20 or 30 people, tell them what you do, if you regularly run team meetings, if you're an executive and you do presentations to the board or to your shareholders, or if you stand in Wembley Stadium or Westpac Stadium down here in Wellington in front of 3 or 30,000 people, it's all the same thing. Once you get the principles, you can apply them to any presentation, any day of the week, anywhere that you are.
Yeah, I think it would be really good. I mean, one thing I notice, because I quite often work in the corporate sector, well, every day actually, is, guess what? The corporate sector is full of these things. They're called human beings, and everybody resonates with the same stuff. Like whether you're in a work setting or whether you're out there talking about holistic healing, whatever, everybody resonates with the same stuff, and that's about authenticity. It's about being who you are, being real, and giving yourself permission to just love yourself all over. And these have been some of the biggest ahas that I've had in my life. Imagine a whole course that's just devoted to being yourself. I couldn't imagine anything better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I have nieces at university now, and the part of their exams, some of their exams is practical, where they have to go and present. Nobody's ever taught them how to present. I started off my career 20 years in corporate IT, where people were typically promoted to their level of incompetence, including me. Being a strong technical person, the next thing I know, my next level is a manager. And I've not been trained how to manage people. It wasn't natural or easy for me. And I see that people are promoted into positions where they have to present information, like salespeople having to go and present sales stuff, but they have had no sales training or no presentation skills training. So to actually just give people a framework to use it, again, as I say, it doesn't matter what you do for a living or where do you want to go, where you want your message to land. If, in my experience, and everybody listening to this will probably have an experience of listening to somebody just ramble on and on and on, and you go, oh my God, how do I get out of here?
Yeah.
When your information is not presented in a way that it has something to take hold in the audience, that's when there's a disconnect. When you make it all about you, or as I said earlier, to your job, you think, is to just convey information one way, you're missing half the equation. You're missing your whole audience.
Yeah.
Who's right in front of you, who can contribute to the conversation with their energy, with their love, with their passion, which makes it then a fun joint adventure. I just, as you know, ran the last Matrix course here in Wellington, and one of the segments in Auckland, I travel a lot.
Come on, you're in Wellington having a holiday.
Yeah, thank you. And one of the segments ran for 2 hours and 20 minutes. And when I announced even though you were looking at me from the back of the room, like, when are we going for a break?
Exactly. After tea, I filled the teapot twice to say.
Exactly. When I announced the break, most people were like, oh my goodness, is it break time already?
Yeah.
And when you listen or read most stuff about presentation or running workshops, they'll tell you never do a segment more than 30 minutes or 45 minutes, people's attention span, blah, blah, blah. When you know how to engage the audience, 2 hours, 20 minutes go by like this.
Just like that, yeah.
Yeah.
So if I was to sort of bring you back to New Zealand to do Fall in Love Presenting, what would your advice be to me to get that going?
Get the people. And here's how to get the people. Simple ways to share the fact that the event's even on. Go to fallinlovewithpresenting.com. Every single page on that website has social share buttons on the left. Facebook, LinkedIn, Google+, email, phone a friend, all that stuff is on the left-hand side. Use it. Get it out there. The other thing is go to Facebook. Those of you that prefer Facebook, there is a Facebook page, Fall in Love with Presenting. There's free videos on it. The website also has free videos on it. Get this information out there. My style isn't for everybody, right? If you want somebody that's in your face, it's going to try and get you to boot camp you into getting over yourself and getting up there. I'm not that guy. If you want somebody who's trained in 15 countries now that I've been here, who's presented at about 160 or 70 something odd events that seem to have a natural style and knack to facilitate, to make it easier for people to get what they need to get from the course.
And has worked it all out.
Which doesn't mean that you have, even for people who are already experienced with presenting, if you want to take a presentation to the next level, start sharing the information. In other words, build an interest in it. When there are 15 or 20 or 25, 30 people here in any city pretty much that watch this, and the people are ready for me, then I get on a plane and I come. That's what I love doing. So if you like connecting people and getting the word out and getting people to be interested in it, then that'll be great. Then I'll be in heaven because I'll do what I love doing, teaching or traveling. You'll be great in getting people connected and bringing this course to where you are. And then it's kind of I hate the expression, but I'll use it since it's Thursday, win-win for all of us.
Win-win. Well, I'm going to drink to that.
Cheers.
I'm all about bringing Benny back to New Zealand because he's kind of a fun guy when he lets go.
Love you too.
Love you too. So, I think if you haven't got Fall in Love with Presenting in your city, I think you're letting yourself down. I think Benny just has got so much to offer, and he'll change everything for the way you do it. If you were a corporate organisation looking to inspire your sales group, this will do it, because humans resonate with humans, and that is how Benny teaches his falling in love with presenting. Now, if you've got any deep burning issues against going to the course, then call me and I'll help you through that.
Daiquiri and all.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Thank you very much. We'll just turn it off. Stop looking at yourself.
Anybody's not CC.